Hey everybody, welcome to Artica Mom. Tonight we are doing day 2 of the texture challenge and I'm really excited. We are going to use the Expression by Nada palette knife, size 1, small triangle tonight. Again, like we did the first time, but I'll show you what we'll do differently is instead of covering the whole back of the palette knife, we're going to try to do half of it and do tiny flowers and petals on the canvas tonight. So tonight for our colors, I am using this Shuttle Art Burnt Sienna. You're welcome to use whatever colors you want, but just sharing what I'm using. And then I'm going to use this coral color. It's really peach, and it's by Craft Smart, which is also an Amazon purchase. And then I have 2 apple barrel paints, Pink Parfait and King's Gold. I'm gonna mix these together to make a really pretty coral, which I'm most excited about. This coral I'm gonna use as the background, and then we'll have a really pretty pink, like sunsetty coral color with this brown to make some cute little mini flowers on our mini canvas. So let's get started. We're gonna get some modeling paste out, and we really don't need a lot because we're doing a teeny tiny canvas. So for my coral, I'm just getting a little bit out for that color, and, or sorry, that'd be for the brown, and then the coral. And this is probably even too much. I also did a video earlier of like how to preserve your modeling paste paints so that you don't have to use them all in one setting. Check that out. Tell me what you think about it. It's what I do, to preserve my paints. So the coral's going to be the background. So before we really start mixing the modeling paste, I'm going to paint the background. So I just stuck a little dollop of paint there. I have a brush and really just slap it on. We're going to let that dry while we mix up our modeling paste. That first step of our texture challenge is always paint the background. So there we go. Good thing I had a paintbrush. Okay, so now for my coral, I'm going to give a dollop of King's Gold and a dollop of Parfait Pink. That feels good. I think that looks like a good coral to me. And compared to the Craft Smart coral over here, which is more of a peach, I think it's perfect. So I'm going to leave that the way that it is. I'm going to use my palette knife to scrape off my mixing tool. And then I will wipe my mixing tool off on my tarp. And I'll use some paper towel to get the edges. Wash that off. And then I'm going to take this and just kind of mix it together because I saw there was some stuck to the glass that didn't quite get mixed in. Kind of looks like maybe the pink had some chunks in it, which is totally possible because this paint is old. So this is a fun project to try to use up old paints and experiment. No pressure. We're just trying to learn more about textures. So that's all. So I'm not too stressed out about it. It's a pretty color, so I want to add this to my pretty canvas. Yes, love that. Can't get it all off, so I'm going to use a paper towel to just get the rest of that off. And then we're going to mix up the burnt sienna. So I'll move my little palette down just a touch and put some of that in there. That looks really good. Okay, so before we start, we are going to do a couple test runs in the sketchbook because we want to know how it feels on the palette knife and get some practice in. So I mentioned that we're only going to fill half of the palette knife tonight, so I'm going to try and show that to you. So what I want to do is actually just kind of get all this scooped up and together so it's not so spread out on here. Get it all together, make it nice and smooth, and then wipe that off again. Let me see if this is dry. This is looking almost dry. It's still got some wet spots. So while we practice, we'll wait for that to dry. So because I don't really have a lot and I kind of like this color, I think it'll go really good on my sketchbook with this purple and red. So I'm just going to practice on the same page that I've already done the purple and red on. I'll try to back the camera out a little bit more so we can see that. So we'll move that up, move this. So half of my palette knife, so I'm just gonna go halfway into it and try to smooth those sides down, and we're gonna push it down and make a little push and pull out, and that gives that a petal feel. Half the knife again, push and pull out, half of it, and try to smooth those sides by kind of tapping it down. And we're gonna push in, pull out. See, we got a little flower going there. It's cute. And we'll go on this side. That was even more on the petal. I'm gonna have to turn this a little bit. Gotta turn your paper, turn your canvas, turn whatever, just to give things a try. Please do. Don't be afraid to move things around. I like to have the right angle for making my little flowers. That looks good. I like that. So don't be afraid to move things around. Okay, so now we're gonna fill up with this color, and I'm only doing like a third of the knife here, so make this one really little. Oh, it's so cute. Cute little petal. So it kind of got a little weird. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to go over it again. Just push down and pull out. That made it so much cuter. And maybe 3 petals like that is fine. Maybe we just want 1 petal. I don't know. Over here. Or, that is so cute. Okay, so I'm going to turn this again so that I have a better angle on my little flower here, and I just want 1 more petal. So cute. So there's my practice petals. That is what we're going to do on our mini canvas, so let's do it. I'm going to smooth these over. Get these smoothed. Okay. Okay, so that was just enough time to let our mini canvas dry. So what I want to do is I'm going to do my first mini flower, not perfectly in the center, just a little bit off to the side. So I'm going to grab some paint and smooth the sides down. You can see that. That's how it looks. Oh, it's not focusing. There we go. Okay, so just a little bit off to the side and down to the right. And we're gonna push down, pull out. Perfect. So I'm gonna do another one just like that. Smooth the sides a little bit. I'm gonna go right next to it. I'm gonna turn it just a touch. And I didn't have enough paint on that, so I'm gonna grab another little dollop of paint and I'm gonna just go over it Nice and easy. There we go. Perfect. So you grab some more paint. And the nice thing about these little canvases is they're very easy to pick up and move. So we've got 3 petals now. All right, let's smooth this out a little bit. And I want to clear that off. Get another dollop of paint. And we're gonna go right here with that. And I'm gonna do one more petal, so I'll have a 5-petal flower. And I think that looks great. So now I'm gonna do a brown one right next to it. I'm gonna try to do the brown one a little bit smaller. And actually, I'm gonna do it over here in this corner. And we're gonna do a 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we're gonna try to make it a little bit smaller. So that means, oh, there's a chunk. Okay. So that means we're filling up the palette knife a little bit less. And we're gonna go, boop, cute. Okay. Could do that again. Right next to it. Boop. And so one of the things I wanted to get better at is like making these things next to each other. Because like if it's wet, it's harder to get in there and not disturb the other petals. So I feel like I can't get close enough, you know, so it's gonna kind of be a wonky flower, I think. And I guess that's okay. But I'd like to be better at that. So I think that's fine. That looks good. Another thing I'm gonna try to do is do one from the corner. So make this one a little bigger petals. So I'm gonna fill up more of that palette knife. And we're gonna go here. Okay, that's cute. And then I'm gonna go one right next to it. Nice, nice. And we'll go one next to it on the other side. So this texture is almost kind of falling off the corner of this canvas. And I gotta say, I don't really like how that's turning that middle one in, so I'm gonna do the middle one again. Okay. That's cute. So let's get it some more pink in here, or some more coral. So I'm gonna clean that off. And then I'm going to get a little pink. And let's just do like a 3-petal thing right here. And one more on this side. Kind of bigger maybe. Oop, I feel like I had too much on there, so I'm gonna reload. That's a little better. And we're gonna go boop. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I kind of said 3-petal, but I'm gonna put another petal right here just to even it out. And then I don't really like how that one turned out, so I'm gonna do one right over top of it just to make it better. So yeah, I like that better. That's really cute. Okay. I feel like I need some, like just maybe one pink petal down here, like he loves me not, petal fell off. Or he loves me. And maybe I'll do a brown one inside there. Let's get our upper sienna is my, okay, everything's looking good. So I'm gonna grab some of this. I'm not a super fan of the lighting. I'm gonna try to do a whole flower right here. Just getting a little paint. We're smoothing out the edges. And we're doing that. And there's not a lot of surface to work with, so trying to get it from all angles is tricky. And then when we're trying to get it in between the flower, I don't know what the trick is for that. You know, if you may, like, I always just let stuff dry, so that's, I guess, my trick. If I am worried about them touching, then I will just let them dry. So that totally touched, and I got some of the pink on my knife, which is fine, and it didn't mess anything up, but we can't always be that lucky. So I'm just going to go over this petal one more time because there's like something white in there, like maybe it didn't mix enough, and I want that to not be visible, so I think I got it. And I'm going to go over this one more time because you can see the canvas underneath it. There we go. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to put a brown petal right in there. Next to this pink one. Maybe they're attached for whatever reason, but see, that was risky. I didn't like that. I almost touched everything. Gotta get the right angle. I'm gonna get it a little more in there. I want more. I want more. It's not thick enough. So I'm just loading that brush up, or that palette knife up. And then we're getting, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So this pattern is kind of random. Not super balanced, but I guess that's okay. We're gonna put one more. What are we gonna do? I kind of want to have like a 4 leaves like out here. But should those be pink? Oops, I touched something. Okay, let's get that off of there. We're gonna go with pink on this next one. So I've got it loaded up. We're gonna make a big fat leaf right there. I like that. We're gonna load that up, and we're gonna make another fat leaf right here. That's scary. And then I want another one here, and we're gonna be very careful. Okay, perfect. So we need more brown. I need some brown right there. And I did not wipe my knife off enough. Remember to wipe your knife off when you switch colors. I did not do that just now. So we're gonna go boop. And we're gonna go boop. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And I kind of feel like we need a little more over here. So we're gonna do that one pink. I think it's just gonna be one. And then over here, we're gonna just have one exactly kind of similar to that. That's just brown. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I kind of feel like I need one right there. I love these colors. I'd be really happy to see what you guys are coming up with here. Please share on social media. Oh, I grabbed a little bit of that pink flower, which actually is probably just going to be kind of cool because it'll just give it some more texture. But see how I pulled that petal up right there, and it's going to have a little bit of texture right there. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm not mad. I think this is really cute. Maybe I want some pink right over here. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see if I want that. We're gonna give it a try. It's gonna be a little bitty dollop. Little bit. Little bit. And we're just gonna go, maybe it's gonna be right here. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I think we're good. I think we're done. It'll be a little bit different when it's dry. It looks so cute. It's so good. I'm so happy. Okay, we gotta let it dry. Thanks for following along and have a lovely evening.